Hey Kingdom Servants, it's Emmanuel here, aka the Kingdom Servant, and welcome back to another video where today we are reacting to a very interesting topic. Alright, this is on Nick Jones's channel called Nick Jones 2, where his video is titled Barack Obama says boys don't need fathers, they need this instead. I'm very interested to see what happens. I'm very interested to see what it's about. If you guys want to react to the original video without my commentary, that will be in the description below, so you know, go ahead and watch it yourself, give this channel a look. And before we even get into it, let's go ahead and hit that intro. Alright, so I'm gonna be playing this video at 1.25 speed, and you know, not much else to say. Let's just get into it.
Alright, y'all, the craziest part about this story is that people actually agree with what Barack Obama said. That's the craziest part. You got a bunch of amens in the comments. You got people talking about this is the exact type of leadership that we need in office right now today. Okay. The fact that people think that this is a representation of diversity, that this is a representation of inclusion, that this is a representation of equality, the fact that people actually believe that based on what this man just said is absolutely crazy. Because when I listen to what he just said, it's without a doubt one of the most disturbing, predatory statements that I've probably ever heard in my existence.
What could be that bad?
Even further, the way in which he said it really tells you a lot about how these individuals think about children specifically. And here's the thing. When Obama ran the first time, I voted for Obama. I don't remember how old I was, but I'm pretty sure I was like 18 or something like that. I might have been like 18. It was the first time I was able to vote, and Obama was running. My family was voting for Obama. I didn't like in my household. It wasn't there wasn't an option. We're voting for Democrats.
See, that's the thing about it too, is when it comes to a lot of black people, they don't even look about what each president is running for or what each president is standing for or certain policies. A lot of ignorant households, especially black ignorant households, just do it just because that's the tradition. That's what the habit that they've been put into, to only vote for Democrat, or you know, just because Obama was black, let's vote for him. And then he opened up a lot of different things that should not have been opened up, including gay marriage. And you know, it's very interesting to see how, you know, habitual things can continue to go on for generations.
Voting for Republicans because they don't like black people. You know, like that was the perspective in my household. Mm-hmm. So, you know, seeing Obama come out and run for president, obviously, I'm gonna vote for Obama. And that's what I did. Mm-hmm. And now seeing what he actually believes, it really makes me disgusted with myself.
Yeah.
Because to say that boys need a gay mentor.
What did he say?
You know, considering the things that he has done and affirmed, I'm not surprised that he would say something like that.
Mentor, just in case they turn out gay, or just in case they turn out non-binary.
Oh,
just in case.
Okay.
That is a crazy statement. But I want you to pay attention to exactly how he said what he said. Mind you, this is from an individual who does not have any sons, right? He only has daughters.
Okay. Very interesting.
Do you have 100?
Brother, this guy stinks!
Anyway, let's roll the clip.
That's one of the things that I think a lot of times boys need, is not just exposure to one guy.
Mm-hmm. One dad.
No matter how good the dad
is. He can't be everything.
He can't be everything. And then that boy may need somebody to give the boy some perspective on the dad.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
One of the most valuable things I learned as a guy was I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't online, who became one of my favorite professors and was a great guy and would call me out when I started saying stuff that was ignorant.
Right. Okay.
You need that to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group, so that if you then have a boy who's gay or non-binary or what have you.
Okay, see, this is where you lose me, because you're essentially saying that you cannot find kindness and empathy in straight humans and straight men. People may say, oh, well, so many men are prideful and so many men are this. That's every person. Every person can be kind and they can be evil. They can be nice. They can be horrible. They can be rude. They can be judgmental. They can be amazing. They can be faithful. That's every person. And so to say that every single son, every single boy, to say that every single boy needs a gay man in their lives is absolutely insane. But like I said before, considering the things that he supports, it does not surprise me in the least.
They have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
Right. So that I think is creating that community. I know it's corny, but that's what they need.
Okay, so I'm assuming that he has a lineup of lesbian women to mentor his daughters. I'm assuming that he has a lineup of non-binary women to mentor his daughters. Based on this line of thinking, based on this belief system, based on this recommendation, I'm assuming you're practicing what you're preaching, right?
Right.
I'm assuming.
I'm
assuming. So why not talk about that? Why not talk about that? Why is it specifically talking about the boys? And here's the thing. I don't know the full context of the conversation that they were having beforehand,
right,
but it does seem like there is a specific call out to try to make men more feminine.
This is true. And it stays that way. The point of the enemy is to try and pervert what God has made. And the thing about that is that the enemy, Satan, is the god of this world. So as you can see, a lot of the mainstream popular stuff, they're evil, sinful, they praise, they worship evil and sinful behavior. And that's the enemy's agenda, is to pervert good things. It's to pervert what God has created in this world to be good. So the drive will always be to make men more feminine, to make men more feminine and make women more masculine. It's to pervert. It's to take what God has created and make it bad. Everything that God has created, he said it was good. The whole thing with the enemy is to steal, kill, and destroy. When you pervert what God has made good, you are making it evil and you have destroyed it. That's the truth. You have men wanting to be women. You have women wanting to be men. You have women who want to marry women and men who want to marry men. I pray that these people come to God. I pray that they will come out of their sin. It's perversion. The enemy perverts what God has deemed good. The enemy takes what God has made good and he makes it evil. But the good thing is that what the enemy has meant for evil, God will turn it around for our good. So it's not hopeless. So we should not be doubtful. We should have faith in the fact that God is good, and everything that the enemy means for evil, he will turn it around for our good.
Agenda to try to make that happen. And when I see clips like this, it only further makes me believe that. Now, I also saw this clip, which I wanted to play. Let me just press play and then y'all can hear what she's saying, because I agree.
Okay.
I believe for the rest of my life, I'll be doing the Lord's work. I'm going to make sure no black person is a Democrat ever again. I hope you got enough common sense and critical thinking to understand what's going on right now. I'm about to give you all the facts. Every day I think I'm going to come on here and tell you what these clowns have done to you. Can you just notice that they never got a solution for you and they always calling you a victim? That's number one. You always need Medicaid. You always need food stamps. You always need government assistance. Why? Why you can't need a job? Why you can't need an education? Why you can't need a better job? Why you can't need a house? Why you can't need a better car? Why you can't need better things than government assistance?
I said let him go!
Lyndon Johnson said he gonna have these voting for Democrats for the next 200 years because that's how goofy you is. They filibustered the Civil Rights Act. It was the last record they had in Congress. They took men out of your homes. They would rather than be homosexual than to be a man in a home raising a family. Do y'all not see this? They claim to be Christians, but do everything against God. Are y'all Christians? I do not understand what's happening. Do you believe God's word or do you make it fit to your lifestyle? I do not understand what's going on. Do y'all? Was the dashikis not enough? When they walk ass out there with dashikis on and ass ain't never.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
You ain't never been to Africa. But they thought the daishiki was unity for you. They play in your face. they play in your face, and you let them do it. You let them work up your emotions. You let them build fear. What happened to us being slaves now? We supposed to be slaves 6 months into the Trump presidency and all locked up in concentration camps. These is it.
Okay, goodness gracious. Okay, so there's a lot to take in there. For one, to say one thing is the fact that a lot of what she's saying was true, but I want to specify that if you keep your eyes focused so much on the parties, the political parties, then you will miss it. If you are a stronghold on, oh, Republicans will always be best, always vote Republicans, or you should always vote Democrats, you should always vote Democrats, you will trip and fall. Why? Because the enemy is very smart. It's not about the party. It's about the spiritual agenda behind the person who is representing that party. It's not just about the president. It's about the spiritual agenda that they are trying to push onto our nation. So am I going to sit there and say, oh, all Republicans are good, we should only vote for Republicans? No, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say that when someone comes up here and says certain things to tickle our ears, we should not be focusing on them, but the agenda behind what they are pushing. Whether they're Republican, whether they're Democrat, it should all be the same. We should be weighing what they're saying against the Bible and the morals of the Bible. Because if we get so stuck on which party we're going to vote for and only vote for this party or only vote for that party, there can easily be a person with the evil agenda that comes into the party that you are so focused on being perfect. And to address the other thing that she's talking about is that, yes, this is true. For a long time, the people who have represented the Democratic Party, they have been trying to keep Black people in an enslaved mindset, never offering a solution but offering a temporary solution. That's how it is. He never offers you the true solution. He never offers you the true solution to your problem. He offers you something that will make you feel better in the time, but it never truly pays off. So we have to stay on our P's and Q's. We have to stay focused. One, we have to stay focused on everything that's happening and being able to chew the meat and spit out the bone. And second, we have to be focused on God, because when you focus on things above, you won't have to focus on earthly things. God will lead you through this earthly life when you're focusing on Him. And that is what's most important.
I agree to an extent.
There we go. How to clean that up.
I think the whole game is rigged. I think the whole game is rigged. I think the whole game of politics is rigged. It was never to actually benefit us. It was always to make sure that the individuals in those positions get what they want at the mercy of the people. That's all. That's what it is. It was always supposed to be some sort of control mechanism in the package of freedom. So I think the whole game is rigged. I think regardless of what side you subscribe to, left or right, whatever, they're going to tell you what they think you want to hear. They're going to make promises that they think you want made. And most of the time, they're not going to make good on those promises. Most of the time, they're going to manipulate you emotionally. Most of the time, they're going to pit you against one another to instill strife and arguments and disagreement. And then they're going to doctor up a solution that they're never actually going to implement. And it's just going to continue to be this cycle every 4 years, over and over and over and over and over again. Now, I think some are more trustworthy than others. But at the end of the day, God is the one who we should be submitting to.
Yes.
And we are called to respect our governing authorities, right? We're called to be lawful up until the point that the government is telling us to go against God.
Right.
And to some people, depending on who you ask, that point has already happened, depending on who you ask. But yeah, you know, Obama, for example, he said he was a Christian. He probably might even still say that he's a Christian. There was that clip that was going around that went viral where Obama was on stage and he was doing some type of speech, and somebody, I think I might have it. Hold on, let me see. Somebody essentially interrupted him, right? and said that Jesus is Lord. This one right here. Hold on, let me see.
God is the one and only true living God, the creator. God is the one and only true living God, the creator of heaven and the universe. Jesus Christ is God. Jesus Christ is God. Jesus Christ is God. Jesus Christ is God.
So he said, I agree. There's a longer clip where he gets more into it, but he says, I agree. In the longer clip, he actually claims it. And, you know, he further elaborates that he believes that Jesus Christ is Lord. So that's what he says, right? So why is that not the solution in the case of mentorship for young men? Why is Jesus Christ, the Bible, the truth? Why is the truth not the solution for mentorship for young men?
100%.
Why is that? Is it because the truth doesn't fit the agenda that you're trying to accomplish politically? Is that the case? Is that the case?
Look, here's the thing. I'm not going to sit here and say that every single politician is evil and every single politician is out to get us. A lot of them are. Some of them aren't. But I will say this: what Donald Trump is doing is better for our nation than what Joe Biden has been doing, than what Kamala had offered to do. And when we get so struck on our biases, we will never truly see it. I don't just say things just to say them. I research these things. I research not just the people's backgrounds, because everyone's backgrounds is going to be flawed. I mean, people forget about the concept of mercy when you're talking about politics, about forgiveness when you're talking about politics, about, like, the thing about it is that these politicians people in general have bad past, but we're looking at the now, we're looking about what they're pushing, we're looking at the agenda. But when you're focused on your biases, then you're gonna make the wrong decision, and that's just the truth. Not every politician is out to get us. A lot of them are, but that in any industry, there's any industry there's evil. In politics, there's going to be evil. In government, there's going to be a lot of evil. In the music industry, there's going to be a lot of evil. In the media, there's going to be a lot of evil. That's just how it is, because we are in this world, not of this world, because what is of this world is evil. It's sinful. This world is inherently sinful. We're supposed to be the light of the world, meaning that we're going to be different, meaning that we're going to see many things in this world that are evil, that are sinful, because this world is not inherently godly, and we are meant to be the light of that world. That's what I got for y'all today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys saw I got a little bit of a better camera now, you know what I'm saying? Better resolution. We getting a little more professional with it, you feel me? And but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's all I got to say today. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell so you can become part of the KS community. Fight for his kingdom, loving his freedom. He made a covenant, and I'm loving it. Emmanuel out.
I know you get closer now, everything is over now. Felt like I was falling down, nobody could hear the sound. They don't call my phone, I don't wanna pick up, tryna find my home, tryna keep my chin up low, free my mind, cause you say you're free, yes, low, free my mind, cause you say you're free, yes. I just want them to